зрители! Мы продолжаем с вами проходить L.A.Noire. В прошлой серии мы немного прошли самое начало, которое познакомило нас немного с сюжетом. Такие миссии были обучающего характера. И, как мне кажется, вот мы наконец подошли к нашему первому крупному делу. Называется оно «Покупатель, будь осторожен», если мне память не изменяет. Ну что ж, я продолжаю ровно с того момента, где мы остановились. Итак, мы стали, точнее не стали свидетелями, мы пришли, услышав выстрелы, и вот, похоже, у нас труп. Видимо, его можно посмотреть. Так, что тут? Голову и руки жертвы. Ну давай смотрим. Рука. Рука как рука. Ничего особенного. Это. Да, тоже ничего особенного. Как лицо. Да. Что-то еще. Карманы. Пусто. Здесь что у нас? О, тут что-то есть. Текс. Westlake. Товар, серьги. Она купила серьги в кредит.
All right. Yes, it's a dead person.
C. Galetta. Layaway receipt. Pearl earrings. Made out to Bank of Arcadia.
Извините. Так. Понятно, кто такая мисс Галетта. Похоже, больше осмотреть мы ничего не можем. Что у нас? Там что-то мигнуло? Да, нам что-то мигает. Патроны.
Shell casings. These look like 32s.
То есть, да, извиняюсь, не патроны, а гильзы. И их там... что так посмотреть нельзя? Вот. Это не приближается, я хотел посмотреть, сколько гильз. Ну, вроде 5. Так, что у нас?
I'm stumped. Ideas?
We'll keep the witnesses on ice until you're ready, Cole. Why don't you have a look around?
Вроде тут особо... Ну, пойдем поговорим, что ли.
We should make sure we've checked the whole crime scene before questioning the witness.
Так, я не нашел все улики.
Don't you people have anything better to do?
Что здесь осматривать? Может, через улицу перейти? Так, нет, музыка затихла, это значит, что мы вышли из зоны, насколько я помню. А что здесь осталось-то? Куда ты смотришь? Мусорный бак? Может, там что-то есть? Опа, что-то есть. Пистолет. Так.
FN Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from here.
Да уж, опять преступник выкинул орудие убийства прямо-таки в нескольких шагах от бедного убитого. Так, ну теперь-то, наверное... Ага, музыка затихла, мы нашли все улики. И теперь пойдем поспрашиваем вот эту хозяйку магазина или кто она.
Can I help you, sir?
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting. Did you know the victim?
He was my boss, Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett.
And you are?
Galleta. Clovis Galleta.
Так, минутку. Гаэта была на квитанции. Так, при допросе информация. Так, у меня не могу что-то двигать ничем. А, вот, все. Теперь могу. Так, ну-ка напомните, квитанция была на имя Гаэта же, да? К Гаэта. Кловис Гаэта, ну похоже, это она. Так, первый вопрос у нас здесь сегодня вопрос. Ну, задаем.
You think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
Ложь. Сначала должны предъявить доказательства. Так. 3, чтобы... Ну, видимо, здесь опять все еще продолжается обучение. Вот нам подсказывают, что она лжет. Вообще так посмотреть на нее, у нее как-то глазки так бегают. И действительно, кто знает, она там должна была по квитанции платить. Хотя вряд ли это она убила его перед этим магазином. Ну ладно, значит, обвиним во лжи.
You're lying, Miss Coletta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong. How can you prove different?
Так, у нас есть квитанция.
Your pearl earrings, Miss Coletta. You've been paying for them for a whole year. Stop lying and tell me what happened at the jewelry store.
Oh, God! I won't lose the earrings, will I?
You could lose your freedom, you little fool, if you don't stop obstructing a murder investigation.
Mr. Kalu,
Сережки.
Edgar Kalu, he runs the jewelry store. He's showing me a lovely watch. Mr. Gage bursts in. Mr. Kalu gets very angry with Mr. Gage, and they start yelling at each other. Mr. Gage tells me that all of the things in the store are junk, nickel-plated, made in Japan, and yells at me to get back to work.
Then what happened?
We get back here, and I hear a loud bang. Mr. Gage clutches at his back. I hear another bang, and another, and another. Mr. Gage falls to his knees. It looked very painful.
Ну уж, конечно, ему было неприятно 5 пульта схватить. Так, подробности, возможные подозреваемые. Ну да, в порядке.
Which jewelry store?
Hartfield's. Broadway, between 5th and 6th.
Did you see the person who shot Mr. Gage?
Of course I did. Mr. Kalu looked very angry. He kept firing the gun. He kept pulling the trigger. He threw the gun in a bin and turned and walked away.
Вообще, правда. Что, а нам опять подсказывают, что сомнения. Что такое сомнение тогда? Но опять же у нее какое-то лицо странное, как будто она что-то не договаривает. Ну, давайте. Сомнения.
You're making me angry, Miss Coletta. Is that what you want? Tell me why Mr. Kalu shot Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage hates Jews. A lot of people do. It's not my fault if he has nice things.
Даже так, тут религиозные мотивы. Да. Так, ну и последний
How
вопрос.
many shots did you hear, Miss Coletta?
It's difficult to remember. It sounded like there were so many, and they were so loud.
Выберите истину. Ну, тут реально похоже, что она не особо-то врет.
I need you to concentrate, Miss Coletta. Even minor details can become important later on.
Well, there was one bang, and then another, and then 3 very quickly, close together. 5,
Thank you for your help, ma'am. You've been very brave. We'll need you to make a formal statement about what happened to Mr. Gage.
Does that mean I can still collect my... Never mind.
Вот тебе
Yes,
эти
officer,
сережки.
I'll make a statement.
Вот тебе сдались эти сережки, глупая, реально. Тебя посадить могут. А ты все про сережки волнуешься. Так. Нет здесь в магазине ничего. Ну, видимо, нам нужно что, проверить оружие. Может, оно принадлежит этому мистеру.
We have the murder weapon.
And the murderer. The girl saw it all. Our killer works at a jewelry store called Hartfield's.
That's a couple of blocks from here.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Tate, maintain the perimeter.
А нет, сразу отправляемся к нему. Хотя я бы, наверное, сначала еще оружие проверил. А вот, можно так. Нет, давайте сначала в магазин все-таки. Что если на него записано, то это же сразу улика. Неопровержимая. Так, еще мигалки. И погнали.
Keep going on this road. Take the next right.
Officers, what can I do you for?
Officers Phelps and Dunn, sir, Wilshire Division. We need you to trace a serial number.
Sure. What's the make and model?
FN Browning, model 1922. The serial number is 01138.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the owner?
Yeah. Caillou. Edgar Caillou was his name. Thing looks like it'd never been fired, but he brought it in here for cleaning anyway. Then he bought a box of cartridges and he left.
Do you know where we can find Mr. Kalu?
Told me he was on his lunch break. Said he worked at Hartfield's jewelry store just up on Broadway.
Thanks for your help.
Ну что ж, все улики указывают, простите, на мистера этого Калу. Самое время наведаться к нему в этот Hartfield's. Так, блокнот.
Go straight over the intersection.
Нам повезло, это не очень далеко. Ну, опять-таки, это все-таки, видимо, обучающее пока видео, и мы очень быстро с ним, по сути, я думаю, уже справились.
Can I interest you in a new watch?
Да нет, не
Officer
нужны.
Cole Phelps, are you Edgar Kalu?
No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Son of a bitch! Go, Cole, go!
Вот как.
Hurry, officer! He's getting away!
Да ты.
Kalu, get back here!
There he is, officer! This is a business shoot, okay?
Народу полно.
Stop or I will shoot!
Хотя я не нажимал кнопку выстрела, он сам это сделал.
Edgar Kalu, you're under arrest for the murder of Everett Gage.
Ладно,
The case
парни.
that makes you and the case that breaks you. The one you never solve. The one that keeps you awake at night. The case that gnaws at your guts and ruins your marriage. The case that keeps you propping up a bar as you relive the what-ifs, the might-have-beens, the half-leads, and the half-truths. The case that other cops murmur about whenever you walk past. The case you never, ever discuss.
God's mill may grind slowly, but it grinds finely, son. I hear it's you who nabbed our malefactor from the shooting yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me, Boyle, I hear you're quite the climber, a man of initiative. How would you like a chance at smiting this man with the sword of justice?
You're asking me to conduct the interview, sir?
I am, young Phelps. You've only been with us a short time and you've assembled yourself a stellar arrest record. Not to mention the fine work you did in the war, sending heathens back to the hell they came from. But I'm curious as to whether you can turn your hand to interrogation. Takes a certain animal cunning, lad. Do you think you might be ready for that?
Yes, sir. I think I am.
Good man. You need many things for a conviction, young Phelps. A motive, opportunity, hard evidence, and best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter. How are you feeling, lad?
Fine, sir.
Very good. The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
Ну уж постараемся.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that.
Так, спор с Гейджем.
You followed Everett Gage and the girl back to the shoe store. You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with me.
Не, ну это наглая ложь. У нас есть свидетель, который все видел. Так что ложь.
You shot Gage, and we know why. We can put you at the scene.
You can't prove anything.
Да нет, мы можем. Так, где это? Вот подозреваемый.
We know all about the argument. Miss Galetta made a statement.
You're counting on the girl? You think her testimony is going to stand up in court?
You're going to the gas chamber, Edgar.
That Jew-hating fuck couldn't leave me alone. I had a sale. That girl was ready to buy.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Kalu?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You're not denying you're a Jew, Mr. Kalu.
This is America. It's not Germany. It's not a crime.
Some people don't like Jews, Mr. Kalu.
Yeah, and I guess you're one of them.
Gage hated Jews, didn't he, Mr. Kalu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Так, ложь или сомнение? Что вы тут выбрать? Так, можно открыть. Возможный мотив. Владелец. Так. В принципе, тут написано возможный мотив. Ну, как-то это не прямая улика. А давайте сомнения попробуем.
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher? You and that stup Gage!
Why did you do it, Mr. Kalu?
Gage. He's in the Chamber of Commerce. He's in with all those momsers. He blocked every proposal I ever put forward. Kike this and kike that. He's been trying to ruin my business for years.
Edgar Kalu, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Everett Gage. I respect your beliefs and your right to hold them. I hope for your sake the jury can commute to murder in the second degree. May God have mercy on you, sir.
Да. Сам признался.
Masterfully done, Officer Phelps. It is just, Officer Phelps. Isn't it, lad?
Yes, sir.
Then let me have a word with the chief of police, young folks. The department needs heroes. A shining, honest face the public can admire. I applaud a man with your talent for unwavering justice. Back to your duties for now, boyo. But here's a piece of advice. Get yourself 2 suits, get them pressed. You'll be needing them.
Спасибо, капитан. Или кто он? Похоже, мы получили повышение. Ну, по крайней мере, получим его. Полиция годен. Ну вот, как я и сказал, мы получаем повышение. Ух, и, видимо, начинается самое интересное.
Here's your new desk, kid. You're on traffic. The hot sheet is posted here, next to the map.
What's his problem?
That's Biggs. He's an institution.
So this is what all the fuss is about. Why couldn't they build a freeway that goes past my place?
They haven't even approved the money yet, kid. The bond issue won't be till December. It'll be years before any of this will happen. Here's your new partner, Stefan Burkowski.
Heard all about you, Phelps. You go easy on me and let me earn the odd citation, and maybe we'll get along fine.
I'm here to learn, Detective.
Oh, he's an intense one, isn't he, Mel?
Intense.
The newly minted detective here, Cole Phelps.
Hi, Phelps. I'll be keeping an eye on you. I could spend a little time basking in reflected glory. Make a change from busting hookers and dope fiends.
Who was that, Commander?
Roy Earl, chief detective and advice.
Do they all dress like movie stars?
Well, Roy is a movie star. And the whole of the seedy side of L.A. is his audience.
What is that supposed to mean?
Stick with me, kid. You'll find out.
Забавный у нас напарник.
And now some housekeeping. Warm Central Division welcome for Detective Cole Phelps. Some of you guys may know Phelps. He's the cop who broke the jewelry store murder. Stand up and take a bow, Phelps.
If it's all right with you,
That's
sir.
an order, Phelps.
Shh, quiet, everybody.
Phelps is one of only 2 serving LAPD officers who received the Silver Star during the war. Really gave it those lousy Japanese, eh, Phelps?
I did my best, Captain.
Why are you war heroes always so modest? I've partnered Phelps with everybody's favorite Pole, Stefan Bukowski.
Hope you like work, kid. Bukowski sure as hell doesn't.
Well, that's why we are partners, right?
Okay, can it, guys. Stick with Bukowski. He's a good cop. He knows traffic inside and out. I'm going to start you out with 1 case. You do okay, I'll give you a couple more. You screw up, you'll be rousting vagrants and running license plates. Now get down to the PE Freight Depot, 6th and Alameda. A patrolman called in a suspicious vehicle. Signs of foul play. See what you can find out.
Come on, Phelps.
We got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
Ну что ж, вот и наше первое дело в новом отделе. Теперь мы занимаемся транспортом.
They really pushed you through quick, didn't they? 6 years on patrol before I got this desk. You were here in 5 minutes.
What do you want me to say? I didn't ask for any favors.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Mary says he'll sing, but only if I guarantee he walks.
Выход.
You know this place?
Sure. Near the old gasworks and Signo Depot in the warehouse district. I'll direct.
Now, national news.
All units, a 459 just occurred in 6th and Saris. Any unit to handle, code 2, identified.
Так, можно ответить. Это, видимо, какие-то побочные задания, что ли?
So, tell me a little about yourself, Phelps.
Are we friends now, Bukowski?
We have to work together. Don't be so touchy.
Grew up in San Francisco. My father was in shipping. Went to college at Stanford.
Did 2 years ROTC before Reno CS at Camp Elliott. Shipped out in early 45 as a first lieutenant. Fought in the Okinawa campaign. I was wounded, shipped back home. Did a year on the beat. Now I'm here. So you won the Silver Star. I don't want to talk about it. Now let me get this straight. You single-handedly killed 40 Japs on this hill in Okinawa. No. You were up there all night, draped in the flag, knife between your teeth, gun at the ready. Finished? The Emperor Hirohito himself leading the charge against you. I did my part, Bukowski. What did you do? I kept the streets of L.A. safe for the people. Yeah. Now I get it. Unfit for service. Fuck you, Phelps. I earned a bravery citation during the Zuda riots. Sounds like you had it rough. I did my job. No one is saying you didn't. I did 6 years as a patrolman. That's the third time you've told me.
All units, a 459 just occurred at 6th and Saris. Any unit to handle, code 2 identified.
11 King, go ahead, KGPL.
Up on the roof, officer. He has a mask on his face. I caught sight when he shoved past me, but be careful. I saw him waving a gun.
Вот оно как.
Give it up now. Make it easy on yourself. Get the hell away from me.
Ну что-то индикатор не заполнялся. Еще решил, видимо, его нельзя задержать по-иному. Не пойму, правильно поступил или нет. Поступление раскрыто. Одно из целых 40. Что ж. Так, а как тут...
Can you drive to this one?
Ага, вот можно попросить напарника доехать за нас. В смысле, везти. А, это как бы пропуск. Не, чтобы не тратить время на длинные поездки. Удобно.
That you, Bukowski? Go on through. Parking lot straight ahead.
I need to get back to work, officer.
The detectives are here now. You repeat to them what you told me.
I did the right thing by calling this in. I'm just a working stick.
Just give them your story and you'll be all right.
This is your first case, Phelps. It's okay to admit it if you're stumped. If you don't know what to do next, just come talk to me and we'll see what we can figure out.
Thanks, Stefan. You're okay.
Ну вот и подружились. Не, ну вроде реально напарник у нас прикольный парень. Нормальный. Так.
I'm Officer Hart.
Phelps, traffic. What have you got?
Abandoned car, probably stolen. The solid citizen is Nate Wilkie. He called it in.
What gives with the corner?
There's blood all over the interior. Someone's copped a full Broderick, but no stiff as yet.
We have an owner for the car?
The car is registered to an Adrian Black, just north of Bunker Hill.
All right. We'll take a look around.
I'll keep Mr. Wilkie talking, but don't make him wait too long. He's the restless type.
Да уж, не просто машина. Похищена. Тут, похоже, фига сколько крови внутри.
How long you gonna keep me here, sir?
Ничего себе.
I better get back to work, sir.
Так. Не, что-то многовато крови у них.
Victim looks to have lost a lot of blood.
Ты не говори. Б, А, так, это улики. Отмечены уже. Что у нас? Очки.
I've got a mystery sample waiting at the lab. Practical jokers say it's contaminated soil.
My guess.
Стензел.
Stenzel glasses. Home repaired by the look of it.
Так, а что у нас в бумажнике?
Happier times, I guess.
Да. Видимо, парень в очках и есть жертва.
"32 years old, married. Sounds like an average guy. What was he doing out here?"
Так, а что ты скажешь?
Doc? Detective Phelps. What have we got?
A lot of blood for a blunt force injury. The victim must be in a very bad way.
Any sign of the guy?
Not unless he's in the trunk of the car.
Это что, шутка? Мы не смотрели до сих пор. Ну, парня тут нет, но есть.
Don't think this is any use to us.
Да. Она даже не пригодилась. Это что? Одна свинья.
Mr. F. Morgan picked up a live pig yesterday?
Зачем это в багажнике? Квитанция на свинью. О, кажется, я вот это не смотрел. Окровавленная труба.
Brand name might give us something to go on.
All these people, vultures, officer. Tell me what's wrong.
Похоже, это все улики, которые мы могли здесь найти. Ну что ж, поговорим с этим мистером, который вызвал нас сюда.
Sir, I'm Detective Phelps.
Name's Nate Wilkie.
You found the vehicle?
Sure. Saw it just sitting there. Strange place to be parking your car. Figured I'd better take a look. And then I saw all the blood. So I called the police.
Mind if I ask what you were doing out here?
Well, I work for the railway. I was on my way out to the switch and reckoned I'd take a shortcut.
Ну, вообще вряд ли ему сейчас есть смысл врать. Да и по лицу вроде не врет.
Did you see anybody else in the yard? Maybe somebody hanging around the car?
Nope. I hadn't seen a soul all day till you boys turned up.
Правильные ответы помечаются галочками, значит. Так.
Do you know Adrian Black, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. That ain't a name I'm familiar with.
Опять у него покер-фейс какой-то. Никаких эмоций, ничего. Но, видимо, опять он нам не врет. Я думаю.
You ever seen the car before?
Funny enough, I did. A couple of nights ago, it was over there in the parking lot. I know most of the cars are parked here regular, so it kind of stood out.
Ага. Содержимое бумажника.
The wallet by the car. Was there anything in it when you arrived?
You accusing me of something, mister?
Тут какое-то у него сразу выражение лица странное само. Думаю, сомнение.
Do you want the patrolman to hold you down while we turn out your pockets, Mr. Wilkie?
Maybe I checked inside that wallet. Not that I was gonna steal anything. Maybe I took a look. But there weren't no money in there. Not even change.
Все-таки заглянул. Ну ладно.
We found a steel pipe with blood on it near the car. Do you know anything about it, Mr. Wilkie?
No, sir. I went straight for the law when I saw the car was full of blood.
Ну тут, по-моему, опять он говорит правду.
When you saw the blood, was it wet? Bright red or darker like it is now?
Darker, I'd say. Look dry already.
Ну что ж.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Wilkie. We'll contact your employer if we need anything more from you.
If you have to, I guess. I can't really spend no more time over this.
Somebody's got to inform the wife, Phelps. If you're done here, we'll head over there now.
4 из 4 правильных ответов. Что ж, неплохо для начала. В принципе, я думаю, это было первое дело самое такое простенькое. Так, пускай я буду немного экономить время, а то файлы только больше становятся, чем дольше
You know the way. You can drive.
в них
All right.
играть.
Where to?
Поэтому пускай нас довезет напарник.
Let's go introduce ourselves. You talk to her, Phelps. I'm no good at this shoulder to cry on stuff.
Похоже, сидит внутри.
Just a minute.
Ну, давайте.
LAPD, Mrs. Black. May we come in? We have some bad news, and we'd rather discuss this in private.
I'm Margaret Black. We can discuss this in the living room. Please come in.
Что-то у тебя уже вид нерадостный, как будто ты знаешь, о чем речь.
Your husband drives a blue Lincoln, Mrs. Black?
That's correct.
The car has been found abandoned, and I'm afraid there are signs of foul play.
I knew something was wrong when he didn't come home.
We believe your husband may be injured. We found a pipe on the scene with blood on it.
Oh no! My poor Adrian!
Does the name Insta-Heat mean anything to you, ma'am?
Yes, it does. We've just had a new water heater installed.
Whereabouts, Mrs. Black?
Just outside the kitchen window, at the side of the house.
I'd like you to try and stay calm and remember everything that you can about last night. My partner and I are going to take a look around. When you're ready, we're going to have some more questions for you. Is that okay?
Of course, officer. Anything to help secure my husband's safety.
Well, let's check the place out. Come on. Have a good look around. There's got to be something in here to go on.
Сказала под окном снаружи. Пока не понимаю, зачем нам это так. Что-то я прошел. Секатор.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Да, ну не все относится к делу, как уже было сказано. Так, где здесь? Ага. Что-то все разобрано.
No use leaving the thing half finished.
Собрать, говоришь. Так, ну. Так, нет. Сюда. Так, это явно сюда.
So the pipe missing from Mr. Black's heater is the same one that killed him. Huh. Seems like the assailant is a little closer to home.
Да, подозрительно. Так, что тут еще снаружи есть? Так, туда нам не зайти, ручка двери должна быть золотой. Ну, давайте посмотрим, что в доме есть. Не похоже. Чтобы здесь что-то важное было. Так. Какой-то чек.
This was only recently installed. not 2 days ago.
Интересно.
I wonder if someone in the house bought this unit, knowing how they would use the parts. Kavanaugh's. So who brought this home? Maybe Adrian was a patron. And I should have an address.
Еще спички. Тут их уже меньше. Ну, явно уже 2 пары спичек. Видимо, он реально был завсегдатаем. То есть, извиняюсь, завсегдатаем. Извиняюсь, немножко устал, заговариваюсь. Так, о, газета, по-моему, это одна из... Да, одна из тех самых 13 газет. Давайте посмотрим.
Lie down, make yourself comfortable. So, you're a friend of Courtney's?
Yes, Doctor.
He seems very concerned about you.
I have these visions. These blinding visions. I can't get them out of my head. My skull, it feels like it's in a vice.
I want to give you something to calm your nerves. I want to take you on a journey back. I want you to remember the good things about your past, occasions that made you laugh, times that made you smile.
Наркотой его лечат. Подозрительный доктор. Так, ладно, что у нас еще тут есть в этой квартире?
A used ticket to Seattle and a suitcase gone missing. Someone couldn't wait to get out of this house.
Снова эти спички. Но, видимо, точно надо проверить этот бар. Так, что у нас тут? Напарник что-то смотрел. Угу.
This must be Adrian's. Stencil. So the glasses are a match.
Ну да, похоже, очки принадлежали ему. Фотография. Ее можно рассмотреть внимательно, интересно. Опа. Николь.
To my Adrian. This thing gets more and more interesting.
Да уж не говори. Какая-то Николь. И вообще, что ж получается, муж спит здесь. Подождите. А вот это... Или как двухспальная кровать, а муж спит там? Что-то не лады какие-то тут. Тут ничего нет. Тоже. А тут у нас что?
Separate bedrooms, separate pictures. What gives here?
О, точно мои слова только что, реально. Фотографии, на которых их вместе нет. Разные спальни. Хотя вот она двухспальная кровать. Так, какой-то телефончик на радаре. А, видимо, позвонить, узнать адрес.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Kavanaugh's bar.
Certainly, Detective. One moment. Kavanaugh's Bar, corner of Aliso and Hewitt, south side of Union Station.
Thanks.
Судя по тому,
I'm
что
all right
музыка...
now, detectives.
Судя по тому, что музыка затихла, мы нашли уже все улики. Ну что ж, давайте побеседуем, мисс Блэк. Так,
We
квитанция
found a
сбойная.
receipt in the trunk of your husband's car for a live pig. This receipt was made out to an F. Morgan.
A pig? Adrian runs a tool business. That would be Frank Morgan. God knows what he's up to.
Ну, не похоже, что она врет.
What makes you say that about Morgan, ma'am?
He's the foreman at my husband's plant. A very shady character. I've told Adrian he needs to keep his distance from the staff. They're always out drinking together.
Так, значит, мистер Морган попадает под подозрение.
I think you should come clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances suspicious. Can you account for your movements last night?
You're not accusing me, are you? What an awful thing to say. I was here all night, of course, waiting for Adrian to come home.
Честно говоря, я ей верю. Хотя вот как-то она непонятно мотает головой. Давайте рискнем. В конце концов, прямых улик у нас точно нет, а сомнения. Сейчас на нее давить, по-моему, не лучший вариант.
Is there anyone who can vouch for that?
Well, no. I was here alone. I cooked Adrian's dinner and waited, but he never came home.
Я был прав. Так, местонахождение.
Did your husband tell you where he was going last night?
All he said was he was going to meet Frank for a drink.
Но не опять лицо, собственно, не изменилось, так что я думаю, она не врет.
So nothing out of the usual then.
Well, he came home early from work. He never comes home early. And he went out early, too. He normally never leaves for the bar till about 7.
Вообще интересная система, судя по всему, даже выбирая истину, они все равно, то есть детектив все равно как бы сомневается иногда в том, что они говорят. Довольно интересная система сделана, как бы не все так однозначно. Так, ладно, продолжим.
Your husband frequents Kavanaugh's bar?
How did you know that? Adrian practically lives there after work.
Мы все знаем уже. Так, ну тут она тоже не врет.
So Adrian spends a lot of time there.
Up until recently, he's been away in Seattle a lot on business.
Сиэтл? Ха. А не к Николь ли это он ездил, якобы по делам?
Was your husband wearing his glasses when he left here yesterday?
Yes, he just bought a new pair.
Новая? Мы вроде старые нашли. Ну, в общем-то, она не врет, нашли.
Go on.
I kept telling him to throw those old ones away. He tried to repair them with tape. They looked terrible.
Ну вот мы как-то с изолентной нашли, а где новая? Интересно.
Tell us about the photo of Adrian in the bedroom.
What is there to tell? It's from his most recent business trip to Seattle.
А вот сейчас она как-то подозрительно глаза скосила в сторону. И кроме того, не верю я, что она не смотрела на обратную сторону. Наверняка Хотя бы случайно, но просто. Чтобы достать фотографию, там протереть ее, не знаю.
There's plenty to tell. You just won't tell it. You're lying about the photograph, Mrs. Black.
You're incredibly rude and insensitive. But I guess you know that. I've told you what I know about the picture.
Ой, только не надо заливать вот. Так, где здесь? Где оно? Скрытое послание, вот.
What about Nicole, Mrs. Black? Was your husband going to leave you for her?
I've seen the photo frame. He thinks I'm stupid. But women sense these things. I don't know if he intended to leave me or if it was just a fling. God only knows. I only want to know that he's safe.
No.
We'll keep you informed, Mrs. Black.
Please do, detective.
Даже, не знаю, вроде бы верить ей хочется, и в то же время как-то... Награда костюм была только что, ну-ка. Костюмы. Какой-то... А, мы можем менять костюмы. Вы можете носить более сильный удар, удерживать больше урон. Вы можете точнее стрелять. Ну чё, меч правосудия. А мне вот такой больше нравится, такой темный пиджачок. Хотя мы чем-то на мафию становимся похожи. Ну давайте. В конце концов, если нам нужно будет что-нибудь для стрельбы, для драки, поменяем по ходу дела. Ну что, поедем в этот бар?
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Вези нас, напарник, давай. Так вот, говорю, как непонятно. Вроде не похоже, чтобы она убила. В то же время...
Jesus, I'm glad to be out of there.
Mr. and Mrs. Black don't seem to have the happiest home life.
He's too scared to divorce her, and she's too much of a shrinking violet to throw him out. If this hadn't happened, they could have stayed miserable together forever.
You think she could have killed him?
She sure as hell doesn't seem the type. But stranger things have happened.
Да уж. Ну не знаю, давайте посмотрим, что в баре скажут. Сложно пока судить, кто его убил. Вообще все как-то странно.
Hey, I know you.
No, you don't.
Two club sandwich.
Хороший разговор
Looking for
получился.
someone?
Так.
You know Frank Morgan?
Sure. Frank's a regular. He's a loner in the back.
Такая-то газета. Нет. Не из той серии. Так, ну-ка,
That's one heck of a Sunday.
Frank Morgan?
Who's asking?
Так, это вот ты, а?
Cole Phelps, LAPD. I understand you're a friend of Adrian Black.
Yeah, I know him.
Are you aware that he's missing?
No, I hadn't heard that. Tough break.
Что-то как-то не очень искренне ты удивился. И вообще, ну-ка.
We found Black's car abandoned in a freight depot, covered in blood. You know anything about that, Morgan?
Hell no. I'm sorry to hear that. I like Adrian. He's a good boss.
Please, don't tell me you actually believe this jerk-off, Phelps.
Такое лицо. Не, ну так корчить рожу, ну это сразу выдает, что ты что-то не чист, парень. Да кроме того...
You're lying, Morgan. You were there.
And you're talking out your ass, detective. How about you prove I was out at that rail yard?
У нас есть квитанция, где значится твое имя, откуда бы ей там взяться?
You were there, Morgan. We found a receipt in the trunk of the car. It has your name on it. We can call the slaughter yard and nail you on it.
All right already. That fool Adrian's fallen for some dame in Seattle. He wanted me to make it look like he'd been attacked.
Ха, так вот как все. Это простая инсценировка. Якобы он был убит, или его похитили, а он смотается к этой своей в Сиэтл. Надо же, как интересно. Ну.
Where exactly is Black holed up?
No idea. I think he took off for Seattle.
Знаешь что, я тебя что-то не верю, парниша.
I'm tired of your shtick, Morgan. Spill it! Or we take you out in the alley and we knock it out of you.
He's holed up at my place. He's waiting for some money to come through before he blows town.
An address?
It's an apartment house at the corner of Temple and Figueroa. Apartment number 2.
I think that's all. Thanks for your help, Morgan. We appreciate it.
Hey, I'm just glad I could help. I love cops.
Cuff him, let him go. It's up to you, Phelps. There's no way I'm writing this idiot up.
This is a tasty
Ну,
burger.
даже не знаю. Вообще-то он соучастник, и сейчас отпустим еще. Что если нас
I
обгонят?
got drinking to do. You're getting nothing more from me.
Что если нас обгонят, предупредить, а тот сбежит? Кто его знает?
You got Morgan's address? Let's get over to his apartment.
Поехали. Ну, давай в этот раз я поведу.
I've met some pretty good liars in my time. People who sound convincing because they actually believe their own bullshit. The type is clever, hard to catch out.
Frank Morgan is not one of those people.
No, he is not.
Any unit in the vicinity, see the man at 211 just occurred. 3rd Neal Street. Stand by for further unit to handle code 3 identified. KGPL calling car 11K. 11K can come in.
11K, go ahead.
Message from Technical Services. Blood found in the abandoned Lincoln at the PE Freight Depot is not human. Repeat, not human. Compositional analysis reveals swine as the most likely match.
Roger, KGPL. Time to reel this guy in, Phelps.
А, ну все тогда сходится. Купили свинью, забили ее бедную в машине, поэтому столько крови. А сам он смотался. О, кстати, новый пару очков себе купил, а старую выкинул. Бумажник, в котором нет денег, только удостоверение. Ой, я. Извините.
What took you so long? They're getting away.
What happened here, sir?
They had guns. Dirty louses took everything and then booked. They went that way, the stairs alongside the track.
Они с тебя что, даже ботинки сняли?
You look like a rat with a gold tooth wearing a watch.
LAPD!
Cops, make him run to the car. Stop him, Phelps.
Не сядешь. Ах ты. Есть. Это было неплохо. Метко я попал.
Car 11K, shots fired. The suspect is down at 3rd and Hill. It's code 4 here, but I need an ambulance.
11K, roger on the ambulance. All units, the shooting at 3rd Neal Street is code 4. Code 4.
Ранен? Значит,
You're behind the wheel.
Значит, я думаю, я ему в голову попал. Хотя второй, может, ранен. Главное, дело раскрыто. Конечно, можно было попытаться их задержать, но у них в руках было оружие. Не думаю, чтобы они меня подпустили. Потом как бы мы их догоняли пешком. Так, давайте уже арестуем наконец этого... Как его? Мистера Блэка.
Let's check the place out. Come on.
Сказал, квартира. То есть это номер 2, сейчас проверим. Да, номер 2.
Apartment 2.
Погнали наверх. Так, квартира с 1 по 4, видимо, вот она, да.
Help you, gentlemen? LAPD detectives, Mr. Black. You're under arrest.
Look, I'm really sorry about this. I never tried to hurt anyone. I just needed to get away from L.A. I won't put up a struggle. Just let me get my things.
I knew it! Phelps, go after him. I'll try and head him off in the car. Remember, the gun is the last resort.
Ах ты.
There's no point running, Adrian.
Снова уроки паркура. Ух ты ж, это было
Mr. Black,
красиво.
get back here right now.
Да, стой. Довольно хорошо бегаешь для такого толстячка.
It's over, Adrian.
Stop right there, Adrian.
Why not just come clean with her, Black? Why the melodrama? I thought it would be easier. No, it just got a whole lot harder. Adrian Black, you're under arrest for conspiracy and fraud. We'll see what the DA has to say about wasting police resources on a wild goose chase like this.
You're gonna lose your wife, lose your job, and probably end up in the big house.
I hope she was worth it, Adrian.
Да. Действительно устроил мелодраму.
That turned out to be quite some case, huh? Adrian, what an idiot. You got an arrest and a clearance in your first case, and in fine style, too. Well done, detective. Efficient investigation technique, good public presence. You keep that up and you learn from Bukowski here, you could go a long way in this department.
Спасибо, Кэп. Что ж, я думаю... Ага. Результаты нанесли небольшой ущерб городу. В общем, дело закрыто блестяще, как тут написано. Что ж, уважаемые зрители, я думаю, на этом мы закончим и продолжим в следующей серии проходить L.A.Noire, распутывать дела. Игра, по-моему, весьма интересная. Надеюсь, вам нравится. Спасибо, что смотрели. Пишите комментарии. Подписывайтесь на канал. До встречи. Всего хорошего. Пока-пока-пока.